Hi everyone and welcome back to Luxury in Life. I hope you're all doing really well, keeping safe, staying at home in this crazy time that we're having at the moment. Today I thought I would just come on and speak a little bit about buying your very first designer bag. Now there's lots of tips and advice I can give you on buying your first designer bag and things you should think about before you do take the plunge. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So the first tip I would give you is to think about your budget. Now, I know not everyone has to think about the money that they're going to spend, but unlike a lot of people, I don't have a money tree in my back garden. So one of the first things I do have to think about is how much is this bag going to cost me? I have to weigh up whether I can afford the bag and if I need to save and how long for. I would never, ever suggest getting into debt for a designer bag. Never. Only go for it if you can afford to pay for it. So if you do have the money, you've saved up, you've got it there to spend, think about how much you are actually willing to pay for a bag. Designer bags can range anything from a couple of £100 all the way up to thousands and thousands of pounds. So think about where you're going to sit in that price range and what you're comfortable paying for your bag. Obviously, being a lover of pre-loved handbags, I would definitely suggest looking on the pre-loved market before you do go into buying your first designer bag. Not everyone likes this way of buying a bag, but I definitely do. You can save yourself a lot of money, and if it's a bag that's only been worn a couple of times, there really is not that much difference. The only difference is you won't get that in-store experience, which I know a lot of people like. If you're not too bothered about that, definitely check out the pre-loved market. And if you're not sure really where to start on the pre-loved market, I do have a blog post with my top tips on buying pre-loved. I'll link that down below. It's really important that you are very careful. You want to cover your backs. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there who want to scam and sell fake bags. It's really important that you follow all the steps to protect yourself. So I'll leave a link to that down below. The second thing to think about is what are you actually going to use the bag for? Are you going to be using it every single day, either to take to work or to school or university? How big does the bag need to be? Does it need to fit a laptop or books in there? If you do need a big bag, I would definitely advise going for a tote. So this is my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. It's in the GM size. It is massive. It fits a laptop, it fits books. It would even fit enough to go for an overnight stay for one night. It is huge. I've just got a liner in there, but it's absolutely massive. So if you are someone who needs to use it every day to carry a lot of things with you, I definitely recommend a tote bag. What's great about this as well is it comes in a really robust canvas, so it's not going to scratch. If you are using it every day, you want to be thinking about the material, so this is definitely one that I would recommend for a work everyday tote bag. So if you're not going to use it for work or for school, if you just want something more for the weekend, for casual days, I'd go for more of a boxy camera style bag. So I've got one here. This is just from Saint & Sophia, so it's not technically a designer brand, but it is over the £100 mark. It's really robust. It's in this like grained leather. It's got 2 compartments, so it will fit quite a lot for a weekend. It comes with a crossbody strap, so you can wear it comfortably like this. And what's great about crossbody straps is that you are going to be hands-free. So if you are on a weekend running errands, these are really great. So it's a really great style to look at. Lots of brands do things like this, YSL and people like that. So this kind of style is definitely something I would suggest if you're looking for more of a casual weekend bag. So what if you're looking for something you can wear on the evenings? So dinners out, meals, nights out, kind of more fancy occasions. You might want something that's a bit smaller, more like a clutch bag or a wallet on chain. So this is my Chanel Wok. Again, I've gone for the more grained caviar leather. Just for me, I feel a bit more comfortable rather than having something that might scratch. But this is great for evenings, for nights out, when I just want to carry something smaller. It is a wallet on chain, so it's got the card slots inside. It's got the beautiful gold chain, so you can wear it crossbody again or over your shoulder, and it's just nice, classy. So if you are looking for something more like this, I'd suggest a kind of clutch wallet on chain bag, and this is mine and I absolutely love this one. So once you've thought about where you want to wear your bag, the next thing to do is think about how you like to dress. Are you a casual person? Do you like to wear t-shirt and jeans? Do you like to follow trends? Do you like to dress up every day, kind of with blazer and heels? Just look at your wardrobe, look at your different outfits and imagine your new bag and how it's going to look with those outfits. So I'd suggest either printing out a picture of the bag or just getting a picture up on your phone and just holding it up to your outfits in your wardrobe and seeing if it's going to go. Again, hold it up against your shoes that you wear. You're going to want the bag to match what you're wearing really, otherwise you're not going to reach for it and you're not going to grab it. So you definitely want it to work in your wardrobe, so make sure that whatever you're going for is going to fit nicely with the rest of your outfits. The last thing anybody wants is to spend so much money on a handbag and it's just sitting there on your shelf not getting used because it doesn't go with anything and it doesn't work with your general day-to-day life. Now, another thing to think about before you do go ahead and buy your first designer bag is looking at the resale value of the bag. Now, I know not everyone goes into buying a bag thinking that they might end up selling it one day. I definitely don't do that, but it is a good idea just to check just in case. If you do change your mind, you know, people's tastes change as they get older, and you might make a mistake. So it's always important to think, okay, down the line, if I do want to sell this bag, am I going to lose a lot of money? Am I going to get the same money back? Am I even going to earn money on it? So it's just a really great idea just to look, just in case. You might have this bag for the rest of your life, but you might also sell it at some point. So it's a really good tip just to check out what you could get back. So you can do this by looking at pre-loved websites, for example, Resale Collective, and just see what they're selling for on there. The next bit of advice I can give you is to just think about deep down, which bag do you really actually want? It can be really tempting to go for something that's a bit cheaper, that's a bit easier to get your hands on, and not get your holy grail bag. And a lot of people will just settle for the second best and then they'll buy it and then they can't stop thinking about the one that they really wanted. I almost made this mistake. So I knew that I wanted to get the Chanel Walk. This was the holy grail. This was the bag that I couldn't stop thinking about. This is the bag that I tried on, I just loved. But because it was a bit more money than I'd like to spend, I held back and I tried on different bags from YSL. I tried the Dior Walk that they have. I tried on Mulberry, but none of them felt as good as when I saw this. So if you can hold out, maybe save for a little bit longer and get the bag that you actually want, it's definitely worth doing so that you have no regrets in the future. If you are looking at a bag like Chanel or Louis Vuitton and you are putting it off because of the price, some of the prices are actually ridiculous, but if you are putting off because of that, I'm sorry to say that they will just keep getting more and more expensive. It's well known that Chanel and Louis Vuitton and places like that do have very regular price hikes. They go up a lot and it's not by a tiny bit either. They do go up quite a bit, quite a few £100s. So if you are really thinking about that Chanel bag, that Louis Vuitton bag, and if you do have the money now, jump on it now because they are just going to get more and more expensive. Now the very last tip I can give you, and it may be a little bit in contradiction to what I've just said, but it is, don't rush it. And what I mean by this is, I've loved designer handbags for all of my 20s. You know, I could never afford them. They were just something that I just put on a pedestal. One day when I've got enough money, when I'm older, I will aim for one of those bags. And I was living in London at the time. I couldn't even really pay my rent, to be honest. So once I moved back home, back to the northeast, I did have a bit more disposable income and I thought, okay, now's the time when I'm able to now get one of these. So I didn't get my first designer item until I was 28, even though I'd loved them for years and years and I admired them from afar. But I didn't go for it until I was able to, until I had the money, until I'd saved enough and until I'd done enough research. So do not rush into buying a bag. It can be a very expensive, very daunting thing. But yeah, don't rush it. Just think about what you like, think about everything that I've mentioned in this video. And if you are ready, if you do have the money, if you've got your eye on your holy grail bag, just go for it. But really, really think long and hard about it before you do take the plunge. And those are all my tips and bits of advice. I hope that helped any of you looking to buy your first handbag. It is a big deal and it is something that's really exciting, but something that you just need to think quite a bit about before you go for it. But I hope that helped you. If you'd like to see more of me, do subscribe to my channel. I'd love it to have you back for more videos. And also I have a blog as well, and that is luxuryandlife.co.uk, and I'm also on Instagram at luxuryandlifeuk. So thanks again for watching. I hope this helped, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!